Hello everybody and welcome back to Odd Build. What are we on now? Episode 12? I can't remember. But last episode we built up this area with some beautiful market stalls for our village. And in between episodes, I went ahead and started replacing some of the sand and gravel that was around here just so it was a little bit more kind of consistent with the ground around here. You can see this is pretty fresh. I'm recording this right after the last episode. I'd actually like to spruce up this area over here to make it look a little more fancy, I think is the word I want to use for it. But I've seen some really cool concept art online about decorative lakes in build areas, and I think this would be a great place to try it out. But I gotta get the stuff for that, so before I do that, I want to experiment with the paths in this area. I did mention that last episode. I wanted to try to make these paths a little different, and the perfect place to try that out is in the market area. So I'm gonna go ahead and play with some ideas, and we'll see how they turn out.
A few moments later.
Okay, I really like this. So ever since mud got added to Minecraft, I have loved building with it, but I haven't used it in a while, and I have seen a lot of people using it mixed with path blocks and coarse dirt. By the way, figured out how to craft this. Apparently all it is dirt and gravel, which I have a bunch of from terraforming and all that stuff, so yay me. But I really like this path, and I really want to just do this throughout the entire village, like even bringing it across like so, just to kind of make this like look more well trodden and such, because we are by the water. It makes sense that, like, let's say the villagers or myself are swimming in the water and we're trudging up. This is going to turn into mud, and we have crops everywhere. We have hay over there, not hay, wheat, and it's going to get packed in just from moving it from one place to another. Like here we got hay bales everywhere. It adds more to the lore. But the only thing I hate about mud is the crafting of it, because let me tell you, trying to make mud blocks with dirt right now is annoying. It was with coarse dirt. I didn't know you could do that. But yeah, constantly placing dirt and then using a water bottle on it. This is like top 3 least favorite mechanics in the game. It's my dream for Mojang to make it so a splash water bottle will just turn an entire area of dirt into mud, unless you're watching this in the future and that's now become a thing. And if that's the case, yay. But there are some pretty decent mud farms out there, and I'm going to look into possibly building one. So I'm going to really quickly do some research and see if there's one we might be able to throw over in our underground mining area, or we could just build another house. I don't know what I want to do yet, but I definitely want to do this path. I think this looks really, really good. And gotta sleep. Okay, after thinking, I'm gonna build it down here across from this little cactus farm that I put together, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I might even make a bigger one, but this is fine for now. It just kind of works as I'm working up above. But I think we'll put the mud farm here, and if I ever want to tear it out and move it somewhere else, I can do that. But this way I can easily access it. I don't have to worry about anything coming to find me if I'm AFKing. So I think for now, this will be perfect. I believe this is a Ray's Work Designs, but I did watch my buddy Madzify's video. So if you guys want to check out where I am getting this build from, I'll link his video in the description down below. But check out either ones. They're both awesome and both really good tutorials. I am so happy I built this. I've already got so much mud, but I definitely need more. I filled this chest up, and I didn't fill it up. I only filled it up like maybe to here, but it's worked so well. It went by so quick. All I have to do is put this in my offhand, place it, and it does the work for me. If I could set this up to an auto clicker, I would, but I can't figure out how to do that. All right, while I finish gathering up the mud blocks and the wheat so I can make packed mud, take a look at this behind me. We went ahead and added in some coarse dirt and path blocks to make it look like that giant boulder got drug up onto it. It's looking nice. I'm loving this. I can't wait to get some packed mud and mud bricks into this to make it look even better. Sorry, that wasn't what I meant to talk about. I want to show you guys the build that I want to get started on. It's, I think, the biggest build that I have done yet, but it does serve a function. So let me show you where it's going. So if we head over here by the villager farm, I want to kind of take our attention over to this area, because even though this bridge stretches all the way to the mainland, there's not really anything over here. And also, it's not fully connected up. Don't at me. But I'm kind of thinking if we could build a little runway into this area, we could put a build in that's going to stretch into the sky and just fill this area to make it look amazing. So I need to flatten this area out and take out some trees, and I'm going to show you guys what I came up with. And now with this flattened out, I can show you this. So I have named this Melon Tower, which I know looking at it, that does not make any sense right now. But if we head inside, you can see it is a giant melon and pumpkin farm, and it's all automatic. So I need to gather up the materials that I need to do this. I think I might have enough stone and stuff lying around. I don't know about mossy cobble. I do need to get the stuff for the water elevator and such. I might have enough for the redstone components, but I know I need to gather up stuff in order to build this, but I don't think it'll be too bad. It's mostly spruce and stone. Like, that is the bulk of it, because it's my favorite kind of blocks to build with. But if you're interested in this tower at all, the schematic for this and many of my other builds are available on my Patreon at the $5 tier. But enough of me yapping about it. Let's go ahead and get going. I've got to go back to the nether. I don't have enough materials to make the observers that I need, so I need to go get some nether quartz from in here. Yay. Oh, hello, Mr. Chicken. Goodbye, Mr. Chicken. All right, let's search around a little bit. I haven't been back here for a while, except to grab bone block. And I don't really want to venture out to see skeletons, so I think we're going to pick a spot and go down. Probably like right here. We're going to go over and just go down a bit. See if we can find some more nether quartz. I did all that mining. I got one nether quartz? Really? That was it? Have I mentioned I hate the nether? Oh, okay. I found more. Okay, I feel better now. And I think that should be enough for now. Right, I think the last thing I really need to do is I just need to AFK for a little bit more iron over at the villager breeder, and then I should be good. So I'm going to go do that for a while, and then we can get to building on the giant tower. I am so happy with how this path is turning out. I do have some areas that I do need to hit, but I do have a good majority of this area done. I also went ahead and added in a bunch of little decorations throughout and a little crop farm to kind of fill in, and also I need the wheat for packed mud really bad. I do need to expand it this way going towards the sugarcane factory, and this way as we get in front of the stonemason house. But I think this is coming together really, really well. I do need to connect up these pathways in between the farms, but I'm not too worried about that. Since this is looking so good, I think I can knock this out in between videos or on stream. Then, after a few grueling hours, the melon tower is done. I gotta say, I am super happy with how this turned out, and the farm is working great. We've got a few already popping in, which is super awesome. I do need to do the floor, but I'm gonna do that probably off camera. We got a little bit of storage in the back. I'm loving this. There's also a couple spots where I do need to fill in some extra stone and andesite and stuff like that, but I'm just gonna do that later. The main thing was getting this up and running and functional. I do need to do the bubble elevator so I can get to the top, but I don't really know what I'm going to put in the very top of this tower. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. Also, you might have noticed in the replay footage that I was placing these ridiculously fast. Well, I was using Lightmatica to build this, and Lightmatica actually has an easy place feature, so as long as I have the blocks that I need, it will automatically place that if I'm right-clicking. So it saved me tons of time, and I really loved using it. So if you haven't used Lightmatica, or if you do and you didn't know that feature existed, now you do. I highly recommend it. It saved me so many hours on this build. I got this done in maybe 2 hours when it probably would have taken me a few days. And sweep. But now I can get a solid amount of melons and pumpkins to trade with my farmers. But sadly, after AFKing our bamboo farm in the lighthouse, I think all our villagers are gone. I also just realized there's an iron golem underwater over here. Luckily, it sounds like our Fletchers are unharmed, and I know our librarians are safe. But it looks like we lost our stonemasons and our farmers. Well, that's not entirely true. We do have one that's in the attic of the farmhouse. I still don't know how he got up there, but I'm glad we have him and he's safe. But I guess that means we're going to be gathering a few villagers from our breeder over at Titan's Tower, and then just bringing them over here, which I should probably get to building a house that I can keep them in, or I should just move them into the attic with the other one. But I'm not sure what I want to do yet. So I'm going to brainstorm that for the next episode. So that's everything for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this series, make sure you hit subscribe. And also, if you want to see where the video series got started, you can click this video in the top right corner. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Always remember the most important thing is to be odd and wash your hands. Peace, guys.